Imagine this. You step outside in the morning, and instead of the familiar blue sky, you see a blazing flash flooding the world with unreal light. Your phone shuts down. GPS stops working. Within minutes, the lights in the entire city begin to fade. And this is only the beginning. This isn't a scene from a disaster movie. It can happen for real. And it has a name, a solar superflare. Our sun is not a stable lamp, but a gigantic nuclear reactor boiling with energy. Every few minutes, explosions erupt on its surface, larger than the entire Earth. But there are even greater events, coronal mass ejections. Billions of tons of plasma hurled into space at millions of kilometers per hour. And if such an ejection hits our planet, Earth will take a blow of unimaginable force. In 1859, we already received a warning, the so-called Carrington event. Back then, there were no smartphones or the internet, yet even simple telegraphs caught fire and exploded from the overload. Auroras lit up the skies over Havana and Rome, and people thought the world was ending. Now, imagine the same event today, in a world where every action depends on electronics. The first victims would be satellites, thousands of devices responsible for communication, weather forecasts, broadcasts, and banking systems would simply burn out in orbit. Imagine a world with no navigation, no internet, no connection at all. On Earth, another catastrophe would begin. Power grids from the United States to Europe would be fried by enormous induced currents. Transformers would explode, leaving entire regions without electricity for months, maybe even years. And then comes the second wave of destruction. Without electricity, food production would stop. Refrigeration in stores would fail, and water would no longer flow into cities because pumps also run on power. Banks and stock exchanges would lose data. Our virtual money would simply vanish. Imagine the panic. Millions of people suddenly cut off from their savings. And now the scariest part. Research shows that superflares on stars, similar to our sun, happen regularly. This is not a myth. Scientists have observed explosions so powerful that if they struck here, Earth's atmosphere could be partially destroyed. Some believe such events may have influenced mass extinctions in the distant past. And even if life on Earth survives, civilization as we know it probably would not. We are so dependent on technology that just a few weeks without electricity could throw us back centuries. But there's another side. Imagine the night sky, the entire horizon glowing in green, red, and purple waves of auroras. The whole world would witness a cosmic spectacle, beautiful but deadly. So, what would happen if the sun really struck with a superflare? We can only guess. But one thing is certain. Our star is not as calm as it seems, and perhaps the greatest threat to humanity is not asteroids or wars, but the sun itself. The very thing that gives us life and can take it away. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Hypothetica, because ahead are more cosmic stories that will change the way you see the universe.